What's up, YouTube? So, we talked about Dancer, and now we need to talk about Machinist. The reason why I'm, like I mentioned in the other video, is that I'm just going to do a dungeon. I'm in expert queue at the moment. I'm just going to rant on about Machinist, and then I'm going to rant on about Bard. Then Pictomancer, then Red Mage, and then maybe Warrior and Paladin. But mostly just physical range and magic range, pretty much. So, what I just want to explain the two new things for Machinist is when you the first big change is when you press your chainsaw, which you will see here. You press your chainsaw, it changes into excavator. What excavator does, it you just get 20 extra battery. The next big change is, I was just waiting here, is when you press your barrel stabilizer, you don't get 50 battery, you just get a free hypercharge window. And in that when you press barrel stabilizer, oh, there goes the healer. When you press barrel stabilizer, it you get this thing called full metal field, and when you press it, it just looks super good. It's like World War III artillery that's happening. So in terms of 2 minutes, so 2 minutes is your wildfire phase. I think we're all going to die here. Yeah, so your 2 minutes is your wildfire phase. The wildfire phase is exactly the same as Endwalker. It's super quick. It's super fun because every time you use hypercharge, hypercharge is super fun. So it's very enjoyable. What happens is after the 2 minute phase of your wildfire, it's kind of boring. Kind of boring a little bit. So the difference between the 2 minute phase for Dancer and 1 minute phase for Dancer is the 1 minute phase is every 1 minute you get a press chainsaw. And then you get a press excavator. That is kind of meh. Whereas with Dancer, when you press your flourish, you get threefold, and then you get threefold, and you get fourfold. So you get like a lot more buttons to press in between. Whereas here, your 1 minute is just pressing chainsaw and excavator, and then pressing queen. It's not much more buttons, and it's not as exciting. So, what happens is with Machinist, your 1, 2, 3, your heated, your split shot, your slug shot into your clean shot. Every 30-ish seconds when you use your standard step, it is so much more busier, as you can see here. I call this the RSI color, the RSI class. Then outside of those things, Machinist is exactly the same as Endwalker. If you enjoyed Endwalker, you're going to really enjoy. You're really going to enjoy Dawntrail. From what I've seen and what I have heard from the high-end raiders, so I watch Mr. Happy, and there's this other person on YouTube that only plays Machinist, and from what they have said is that the damage output for the damage output for Machinist is on the the low end, which is not good. For being a like a pure DPS spec with no raid buff like Dancer. Dancer has Dance Partner, and Bard, all their songs are raid buffs. Where Machinist is just pure damage. That damage should be a lot more higher than its counterparts because they bring raid buffs. That's the only complaint that I've really heard from most of these people. I haven't really rated on Machinist in the past or in the present. I've just really just played all these classes, and I can only go on how fun it is. And Machinist is fun. Like I said, if you've enjoyed it in Endwalker, you're going to enjoy it here. You get a really cool new spell in Full Metal Field. And you have the extra mini queen every 1 minute. So, really can't complain. I enjoyed Endwalker. And I am currently enjoying Dawntrail version. Because you get an extra queen, you do a whole bunch of big damage if your wildfire crits. And it's just super fun. The thing that needs to change is the AoE component. So I think if you've played Machinist before, every time you use Hypercharge, you can use Auto Crossbow, which is your AoE version of Heated Blazing Shot. But the difference is, when you use Auto Crossbow, you don't get like refund cooldown on your double check and checkmate. This has been going on since the start of Machinist and its iteration. So that definitely needs to change. For the AoE side of Machinist to get really good is when you use Auto Crossbow, give us cooldown on double mate and checkmate. That's all you have to do. That will make AoE, the AoE of Machinist like super fun, and it would probably make Machinist the most fun physical range in the game. I say that, but then I'm about to talk about Bard later on. But that's the biggest issue at the moment, where your AoE component is what makes it very, very shit. But other than that, Machinist is super fun. The damage on it could be a little bit higher, but Machinist is Machinist. It is what it is. What I'm going to do is, right before we end this video, I'm just going to press Barrel Stabilizer, even though I don't want to use it. I'm going to press it, and we're just going to show you the animation again. Check out this animation. Oh my lord, that looks like insane. Excellent. So not too many gripes with Machinist. The single target is really good. I think with Final Fantasy is, everyone talks about 2-minute windows, 2-minute windows. So every class's 2-minute windows is super fun, super quick, a lot of things that are happening. And Machinist doesn't have that problem. 2-minute window, we're going to go with the 2-minute window here. Sort of. The 2-minute window is fun. So I'm just going to do it now into your Wildfire Bomb, into your Blazing Shot. And like, this is fun. Like, I love it. I love the animations. That's going into red. Yeah, I love the animations. I love how busy it is. It's just the 1 minute. Oh, wrong place. The 1 minute compared to Dancer is a bit more lackluster, I would say. But other than that, I think Machinist, when you use your heated every 30 seconds, probably like every 30 seconds, your hypercharge phase is, that is super good, and that is super, that makes, that's going to the back side, that makes it super fun. So, what are your thoughts to everyone that is playing, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, that is playing physical range? Are you guys enjoying Machinist? And if you are, let me know. Oh my god, I'm dead. Let me know your comments. But yeah, there is, Machinist is fun. I've screwed up the rotation many times because when you start talking, you just don't. I don't know. For me, it gets a bit confusing of like where I am, but I love it. I love Machinist. The next video that we're going to be doing, we're going to finish off by talking about the last physical range DPS in the game, which is Bard. And the reason why I left Bard for last is because that is my favorite spec of physical range in the game. So we'll talk about that last. And again, I just want to say thank you all for watching the content. I didn't realize that a lot of people had the same opinions for Dancer, and I want to see if everybody has the same opinions for Machinist and Bard, and Red Mage and Pictomancer and Summoner. I need to play Summoner more actually. I haven't really played that too much. I've like gotten clears on EX1 and EX2, but I haven't really sat down and like gave it a real shot. Because I don't think Summoner has actually changed too much in terms of rotation. You just get like another Bahamut and everything pretty much stays the same. But appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Leave a comment, subscribe, if, and all that, whatever all those YouTube people say. But thank you. Machinist is a great spec. 2-minute fun. 1 minute not as fun as Dancer. And the hypercharge phases, always super enjoyable. So until next time, we outies. I'm just gonna, we have Excavator, so I'm just actually gonna use it, and this will mean that I've finished. Peace.